Oh.
There we go. Hello, everybody. It's the Nameless one, back with Petrol, Page, Moop. Let's see. Hold on, I brain is lost. Argo, Moon, Sim, and Ellis. Everybody say hello to Sim.
SM,
Listen,
you're
Oh,
definitely.
you.
Of course, you probably just checking the quality.
Yes. If Sim is preemptively doing that, I do appreciate. And it looks like everything is working out just fine on this end. So, before we get started, we're going to do a recap, and I'm going to ask Petrol, did Petrol decide to actually watch the stream?
Yes, I've seen some of it. We're trying to find the important parts.
I don't know, that was one of the most action-packed,
it was all important. What do you mean?
It was pretty action packed.
Yes, I was like skipping combat rolls and stuff like that, and just going to the results of it.
So, who wants to do a recap?
I guess I'll volunteer. We came across this creepy lady in the woods who gave us backstory information in the world. The first time, I forgot the exact information we got from her, but afterwards we came across a scarecrow that chased us all the way across the forest that we ended up accidentally burning down.
Guess it's my fault.
And we come across the creepy lady a second time. They're giving us another story, this time pertaining to a few travelers from a different land and one of the princesses, which I believe we came across shortly after when we got into the area of burning flames of sadness. When
Just about.
we went down into the cave that was in one of the pits of burning flames of sadness. We found Luna stuck in a what I'm assuming is a coma.
She was in a comatose state, so
Yeah.
you could say that.
And we came across a demonic-looking pony, Alicorn,
Quite tall.
that scared us out of said room, back out into the wild area where we saw a zebra run off into the woods. And that's where we left off.
Yeah.
It was not me. I promise I was not the zebra.
It wasn't me either.
Well, that sound about right?
Yeah, that just about covers it. You had the whole cryptic messages from,
Creepy lady in woods.
yeah, well, Pony.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I with the other campaign having had used to be humans in it, I felt like it was pretty pertinent to actually specify that she was in fact Pony.
Yeah.
Did you add EQG to that? I don't understand. What
No,
even happened
it's
in that?
it's more complicated than EQG. But so, you guys on the edge of one of the pits. From what you could tell, Zebra went into the woods. The Everfree woods. What do?
If I remember correctly, our plan was to follow it.
Yes, I believe so as well.
Do we have a direction that's not just the zebra?
Not really.
Just that away.
We can attempt to go back into those caves where the demon thing is.
No thanks.
I guess we follow the zebra.
I like how how Paige's options were you can go back in with the demon thing and try your luck, or you can come with us to go see the zebras.
Well, that's pretty much all we got.
Or we can go back to where the scarecrow is, where the woods are slowly burning.
Yeah, because that
Pretty
sounds
sure
like a
that
good option.
that's never present.
You know, the zebra sounds like the safest place to go.
Yeah.
Paige, just a quick note, because I don't know if you have it changed on your character sheet on your end, but your the drop-down box on the top right corner needs to be quadruped, because it does make a difference.
Right corner.
It should say humanoid right now.
Oh. Octoped, quadruped.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it changes a couple things in the stats, so you guys can go ahead and attempt to roll some sort of survival check or for tracking the zebra. At this exact moment, you do not physically see any zebra. If you have tracking, you can try and roll tracking. Let's see. Let me look at people's stats.
Yeah, I've got nothing relevant to that.
No, sex appeal's not going to help you with finding the zebra.
Yeah, I know.
What about scrounging?
No, the zebra's not junk.
Could I have shadowed them at the very beginning?
I mean, we haven't really met them yet, so that's still to be determined.
True.
Maybe they have a terrible personality.
Well, Doc, do you have a way to track this?
I'm a doctor, not a hunter, not a soldier, just a doctor who likes to stab people.
I had to go through all of
Save
your
people.
boxes to figure out if you did or not, and you do not. You have many boxes.
Yes, but it's all quite organized.
It is quite organized. I will give you that much.
Too
Let's
organized.
see. Does a moop have a skill? I am not seeing a skill that would work for this. Well, survival mountain, maybe.
I apologize if I am not able to look at my sheet at the moment.
Don't worry, I'm looking at everybody's sheets. First aid, fishing. So for my 2 with survival, you can roll at a -2.
I am one of them, right?
Yes. There's only 2 of you with survival. Yes, you have survival.
Oh, that probably does not pass.
Hey, I made it.
Does it allow for minuses?
I mean, you subtract the minus from the skill, not the roll.
True, true.
And if you want to have that shown in the roll, you would just add plus a number to your roll.
So it would be +2 for that, wouldn't it?
You would effectively add 2 to the roll or just subtract 2 from them.
What is moops? Let me see. Nassau's survival is 14. +2 would be... You would be rolling against a 16 effectively.
The way that you're saying it makes me not know if I passed or not.
No, you did not pass.
Okay.
Doc, what are you rolling against?
Survival. I have survival planes.
Wait, you do? Where did I miss
well-
this? Huh? Yeah, there it is. So Doc is apparently the one doing the tracking.
Amazing.
Wait, don't I have a tracking skill?
I didn't see one. But then
I
again,
know.
I've already missed one person. Oh, you do have tracking.
You missed survival on
What
the
is
most
my-
organized sheet.
Yeah, because it's too organized.
What is my
Yeah,
tracking?
the organization of chaos is always useful.
And you meet your tracking.
Oh, okay, that's good. So I am helping as well.
Yes, so Nasa and Doc are the two taking the lead on doing the track thing. Apparently, Doc is just doing better.
Doc is every so often pointing out the track that Arca or Zah misses every so often.
Yes, I know what it looks like. I just missed it because I was looking at two of them at the same time being open.
This is so I can flex on others.
So you're saying what I have to do is make drop downs for my spells.
I mean, it keeps them more organized, makes it easier to find stuff.
Yeah.
He
good
isn't
idea.
wrong. However, if the DM is still not paying quite enough attention, I will still miss it. So,
In comment, the DM does have a slightly outdated character sheet.
I think for everybody at this point, except for
Yes.
Vigil. I think Vigil's character sheet hasn't changed because he's the most poo-brained.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are making your way through the woods, how are you going to make your way through the woods? Are you just going to stomp your way through, or are you going to try and be stealthy?
I'm doing stealth.
Dex -3 if you don't have stealth.
I shall attempt to be the stealth. I will hide the super well.
Yeah, I'll try stealth.
You actually have to put roll.
Oh, that's
Yep. I failed by 2.
Well, I passed quite well.
Wow.
Doc is not stealthy.
I have passed. I am stealthy.
Apparently, I am Martin Ninja.
I do not stealth.
Yes, you guys are so good at this.
I
My
am very
light,
good at this.
my horn is glowing very bright as I stomp through woods.
Am I the only one who's actually being stealthy?
I think Nasa also passed.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
If I don't pass the stealth check with a 10, then I should have this opportunity to stealth. My stealth
I'm
is very
assuming
good.
the Moop is also failing at the stealth.
I'm checking to make sure whether or not she has stealth. So that'd be Dex -3 because I don't see it. She had to beat a 7.
Who?
Oof.
So majority of our group is just stomping through the woods,
Yep.
following the tracks of a zebra that we've just barely caught a glimpse of.
Yep.
So
Sounds productive.
as you guys are going through the woods, everybody roll perception.
It's a good thing I can perceive the well.
Say that.
I can perceive the okay.
I actually perceive.
Yay, so do I.
I perceive too.
Wait. Depends what kind of perception. If you check my sheet, you'll see. Because I think it might depend. I
do you
think some of
mean?
my stats, if you look at like hearing, seeing, like that sort of thing, because I have one of my skills as being like acute, so I think hear or smell something much better. So it depends. You have to look at my sheet.
Wait, nope, that's Moop's sheet. Let's see. Moon,
Nani?
acute vision and hearing, does it automatically account for that?
It doesn't add to perception, it adds it to vision or hearing specifically.
So yes, it depends on what
So-
type of perception I need to do.
Unless I
If
tell you you're smelling something or touching something or tasting something.
Yes.
So, otherwise you roll as a 13. I will
Okay,
let
so
you
I
know
think I passed,
if you...
which means I passed.
So, as you guys are moseying along, you know, stomp, stomp, stomp. Aside from like 2 of you, because
I am
apparently,
doing the stealth super well.
apparently none of my parties know how to stealth. You get
That is not fair. I can stealth.
I can't stealth too. I suck.
yes, but you are part of a party, a whole.
Yep.
There is not just onesies and twosies. It's a whole group, and if one person in the group is stomping their feet as you are trying to stealth, and you are staying in a group, you are not doing very good at stealth.
Oh, I am not necessarily part of the group when I stealth. I am smart enough to hide on my own.
Yes, but for all intents and purposes, both of my groups are really suck at stealth.
Yeah.
It's almost as if the people who don't normally need to stealth and don't tech into stealth.
Psychos don't believe in stealth. They believe in the power of screaming.
So who all passed perception?
I
did.
perceived the well.
I perceived by
I perceived by 2.
I see the things.
So
I
for
perceived by 4.
everybody but Argo. Argo, you still hear this, but I have more information for you.
Oh, nice.
You guys hear of a whispered voice say Kutoweka, which for Argo you recognize as the word disappear in your language. Not necessarily
My language.
your dialect, but it's zebra. Remember, you speak a different language than the rest of them.
Yes, I know. I speak Ora, Zebra, although I am at least keen enough to know
What-
the other stuff. I'm also moving around pots and pans, I am sorry.
Some like precursory like research went into it, made it sound like it's the difference between Castilian and Spanish. So
Okay,
you would be able to
I am able to understand other dialects well enough.
yes. If you would like, though, you don't have a specific knowledge for it, but go ahead and roll an intelligence -1 to see if you can pick up on the dialect.
I have not passed.
Okay.
Well, if I had saw her, or there, I'm sorry, I don't know the gender of the zebra, but if I saw the
It was a male voice.
stripe pattern, okay, if I saw the stripe pattern, then I'd be able to tell.
I'm going to say that there's 3 particular tribes that are
Common to Equestria.
there are 3 particular tribes that are noted to be easily told apart by appearance, and
The fuck is a quart? Oh,
the
Sorry.
Ora, the Starkateri, and then there was one mountain tribe that is specific.
Was it the Aichu?
No, the Achu were not the ones I'm talking about. There's a specific one that's commented as specifically being shaggy.
Shaggy, is it the Tabahali?
It's the mountain ones.
Oh, see, now I'm very interested. I'm going to find this out immediately.
Sahani. The Sahani are
Sahani?
yes. They were fluffy to shaggy to hairy is the specific description of it.
Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh wait, Tapahani also they have more twisty stripes. The rest of them, the Logos Romani, Achu, They don't
okay.
seem to have a specific stripe pattern.
Well, okay. Technically, they do. It is just very subtle. I would say for those ones, you might need to actually roll in order to be able to tell,
That
because it is much more subtle.
yeah, that was already the plan. But you do recognize the dialect as let me find what. Hello?
Hello,
Hey,
we're
hi,
here.
hello.
Did she mute herself? Is that why it suddenly went quiet?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I had the one I was thinking of, and now I can't remember which one it was. Give me just a sec. Find the. I think it was the Mindy. No, the Mindy were the healers.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I was pouring about a quart of water. I'm making rice with my combo.
It was the Zenkori.
Oh, the Zenkori!
Yes,
Oh,
you.
that makes... Oh,
The one that said disappear was a Zenkori. Everybody else just heard gibberish. Just so you're aware. It's just easier than having to type it all out.
I whispered to the others. There's Zenkori in these woods.
What?
You
That-
probably don't know what I'm talking about, but that is fine.
That also sounds like it was like words in one ear, out the other.
I like how that basically boiled down to, yes, you are stupid. That's okay. So,
Mm.
what are you guys going to do? Is it...
Mm.
Okay. What are you guys going to do?
Well, as someone who has no idea what's going on, I'm just going to let the one who knows what they're called take the lead.
Same.
Alright, I will still be tracking them. But I will be careful. The Zenkori are very much storytellers, and they're much more historians, but that does not mean they are not able to cause some harm if they wish to. They still have the ability to protect themselves, so you should all be very careful.
So,
If one of
they're
them
not-
finds you, just start telling us a story. It will distract them very easily.
So tell stories. Got it.
Yes, and if that does not distract them, then you are probably screwed in the first place.
Mm.
So, you're up ahead, I'm assuming?
I am trying to.
So,
Why do I have to submerge the bag? I'm sorry, I'm cooking rice.
also, if you guys aren't paying attention, Cameo asked question.
So who has stories? Mm.
So,
Oh, we do have stories from the old world.
I'm going to need
Yep.
the front two to roll perception again.
Which would be
Okay,
Argo and
Miss,
who?
Who is behind Argo?
Moon.
Probably usually me.
Given the
Oh,
fact that I
yes.
passed my survival, probably me.
Okay, so Moon,
Yeah.
roll perception.
I'm stupid.
I perceive a thing.
There we go.
Did the Nasa also perceive a thing?
Yes, I've perceived it.
So you guys just barely managed to notice the trap beforehand. It appears to be a pit trap, very cleverly concealed.
Zenkori. So unoriginal. Of course they go with the stuff of legends.
Let's see. Hold on, I am checking character sheets for a thing.
I just got out of one pit. I would rather not end up in another.
Does
Well, the
anybody have something similar to like danger sense?
I have no idea.
I think someone took common sense.
I don't know if that quite works for what I'm looking for, Moon.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I don't believe so.
I get nothing, but I can definitely turn into Nasa.
No, that might get you killed. Turning into me is a higher chance of getting killed than if you stay a bug. I am not even joking.
Then should I just get a sample from one of them?
Okay.
So you're suggesting to transform into one of your pony allies, making it so that there's two of them in the party.
Probably.
I mean, I
Being a
would be
secret-
off color,
Listen,
so it wouldn't be exactly like you.
But you'll have my general shape and general coloration.
So, Doc, mechanics question. If you weren't initially expecting to be beamed in the head with something, would you be able to dodge it?
In GURPS, you cannot defend against an attack you're unaware of.
Okay. Doc, take 5 points of damage from a rock.
I'm surprised they do not beam the one that looks like they're half dead already.
Yes, you're also not right up front.
Fair.
No fair is not either.
Fair doesn't exist in this timeline.
Yeah, I haven't convinced him to join us yet.
I'm going to look off in the direction that the rock came from.
Go ahead and roll perception. Or are you not particularly looking for anything?
I'll look for who threw that rock.
Roll perception. At a -3.
Oh,
I would like
failed.
to try to stealth. See if I can get out of their sight.
I also
sorry.
look in the general direction of where the
Can-
rock came from, assuming
Can
that
I
it
try
was
to
set out.
get out of sight?
You can
They've seen
attempt
me,
to.
you know I'm a rat. Who, me?
Yes, I said you can attempt to.
As I was already stealthed. Initially. Wait, I think I actually passed that stealth check. I have no idea what my stealth is off the top of my head.
Is I able to do the perceive? Considering I'm assuming
You would get the same
Doc.
penalty as Doc.
I succeed by 3.
So, when you look into the woods, because Doc looks into the woods, sees trees and things. When you look into the woods, you see something shimmering in the background.
I cast detect magic.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
And I succeed at casting the spell.
Okay. And remind me, Tech Magic only tells you that there is spell?
Yes.
It tells me there is
Yep.
spell.
Analyze magic tell you what spell.
Well, you know that it's an illusion spell, but you're not familiar with the actual type of illusion spell.
All I did was detect magic was there.
Yes,
didn't-
and I gave you the information I wanted to give you.
Okay.
If DM gives you
Lucky
information, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Otherwise, it might
Alright.
bite.
What about the gift zebra?
What's that?
I said, what about the gift zebra?
We don't talk about them. They're apparently throwing rocks.
Should try being nicer.
I
So-
haven't even stabbed them yet.
Try
So,
not to
for our
This is going
little
to be very
zebra,
useful.
does the mini zeb try to slink away, or is the mini zeb staying in place?
I am trying to be in stealth.
So you're just gonna
Should
lay
I
down?
roll-
Are you stealthing
Um,
in the same spot, or are you going to move?
I'm stealthily moving.
So, you have the hole directly in front of you. The rock came from the right.
I am going to see if I can sneak around the left. I want to try to be able to flank if necessary.
Okay.
Also, I took a small sip
I
of
am
the
unsure.
combo I've made so far, and it is very good.
Oh, wow. And that would be... Okay. So, as you were moving along, you get whacked over the head with a stick.
Me?
Yes, you. Their perception was a lot higher. Well, a lot lower, I guess, would be the appropriate term. But you get whacked over the head with a stick for 6 damage. As you look at your new assailant, go ahead and roll intelligence -1.
Oh, hey, I think I passed.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure that is a pass, but I want to make sure.
Because I think my intelligence is 10.
Yes. So you have passed.
Nice.
And you find yourself face to face to an Achu warrior.
Not true. So it is very clear that the zebra can see me, right?
Well, yeah, he just hit you over the head with a stick.
I just needed to make sure it wasn't an accident.
No, it was a very deliberate blow to the head.
So I look up very shakily and I say, Bonjour.
Oh my god.
The only answer you get is a very disgusted glower as you hear a second or another voice, this one female from the woods, say,
If you're
Hold
using
on.
Google Translate in French, just DM it to me.
it is not French. I am trying to mentally figure out how to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher the ever-living shit out of this. Mbinguni. It's a combination of Google Translate and not knowing how to speak Swahili. Yes, that is what I used as a base language.
That makes sense.
So,
The zebra and the zebra here speak different variants.
also go ahead and roll just a regular intelligence check. See if you can quite catch that one, because that one is a little more complicated than you would initially think.
Oh, hey, I think I actually passed it, unless I'm taking a minus.
Okay. The female that just spoke said, "In the skies." I don't know if that is like the proper way for that, but it was what Google told me. So, apologize
I
to
don't
anybody
speak
who.
Swahili, so this I can't tell you. But yeah, can I check to see if I am able to be understood?
Okay. Hold on. Somebody's about to get a lot of ouch.
Oh, am I about to get a lot of
No, that
ouch?
does not sound good.
No, I think that might be petrol.
Yes,
This race is
I'm
taking
in the
forever to wheel.
sky.
Oh yeah, I didn't warn you. Sorry.
Hold on. It
That's
is taking a little bit to read through this. So, Petrol, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to see what is going on, I am going to assume you were within the tree line.
Yes. Put me above the tree line, that'd be dumb. See
Yes,
anything.
as you are flying mid it, you feel a sharp pain between your shoulders as you take
200 damage.
12 points of damage from a zebra basically landing a axe kick on in between your shoulder blades.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
Oh, so I'm now at -1.
I'm going to say.
You can
actual
now
warrior in front of me.
hold on. You can now see this You can now see this zebra as well. You can go ahead and roll an intelligence check at -1 to see if you can identify this one as well.
I have not.
Yeah, screw it. I'll let you pass anyways. It's a Romani.
Oh, Romani. Actually, I probably would not have easily recognized them. Actually, the Romani are fairly antagonistic, so it actually would make sense.
Yes. This one is also male, however. And it came from above rather to the than to the left where you heard the female voice. So you still have one unaccounted for female and one unaccounted for I think it was I said Zunkuri.
Zinkori, yes.
So
That was the moment when a Russian guy picked up a barrier spell while we were back at the Arcanist camp.
I would like to point out that if you are learning something from someone, you can only learn as well as they know.
I understand this, but having some barrier is better than no barrier.
So having a wet paper bag is about as good as having no barrier?
Yeah,
I'm just going
at
to
least
point
they
out.
can't see
Yeah.
through a wet paper bag.
No, this is a see-through wet paper bag.
it's a see-through wet paper bag that they can put a hit against before it breaks.
I'm telling you, it is a lot less useful than you would think from them.
Yeah.
I am going to call out to the true warrior and hopefully other zebras that can hear me. Achet, achet. I'm saying stop in zebra. Or is the dialect of zebra that I speak.
So
Hopefully they understand me.
I didn't look up any more Swahili for this because I didn't want to totally butcher the language, but for everybody else, when they start speaking to her, you do not understand unless they speak directly to one of you, okay?
Okay.
Makes
But
sense.
one of the Achu and Romani both look at you and say, in heavily accented version of your particular dialect, the Romani says, and why would we listen to a demon?
I am not a demon.
This time the Achu says,
I'm offended.
you survived a scarecrow, and you went into the demon's hole and came out alive.
Yes, because we ran like hell. We ran because those things are terrifying. They're by the stars, I swear. They're evil spirits that work here. But we are not of them. If you have any shamans among you, check me. I am not very spiritually attuned, or whatever you would say.
They look at each other before looking back in the woods. And a female zebra steps out that you don't have any problem recognizing. It's a Starkateri.
Oh, no.
God.
That is actually worrisome. It might actually have been very bad wording on my part.
Am I able to take aim while this is happening?
Do not shoot, please.
Are you going to take aim or no?
I mean, they did just attack us. Why shouldn't I?
Because that would be very
They
bad
would-
for the diplomatic plans.
And they probably would kick your ass before you even got
Yes,
your...
there are many more of them than there are of us. Trust me when I say it is much better for us if we do not try to fight them.
I mean,
I
if
don't
I
have
get a
enough
vital,
for this.
if I get a vital shot on the leader, that should do something.
You are not doing that.
I would also point out that after that you are not in the sky anymore. And how much HP do you have?
-1.
I believe you should be doing health check right now.
If you got knocked below 0, you have to do a health check to see
Oh,
whether or
yes.
not you fall unconscious. That should be a pass, unless you've
Yeah.
decreased your health.
There's
Yes,
pass.
that is a pass. So you are still conscious. However, I would like to point out that you also have a Romani standing over you.
Okay,
Yes, the
correct.
Nilbani are very good warriors. Same with the Acho.
By the way, at this point, the Zenkori also steps out of the forest. They are wearing a cloak that makes it very hard to see them, but they've taken the hood off.
I wish I had a cloak like that.
That is a nice cloak.
Indeed.
So, the Starkateri is whispering to the Achu, what do?
I'm going to try to listen.
Go ahead and roll perception at a -2. They are also Zeebs, so they hear good and don't have to whisper loud like ponies.
What?
I think I
No.
missed.
Whisper, 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 whisper.
You ponies are terrible at whispering.
Hey, I have a 14 to all of my perception skills.
Okay. What is your perception? Your perception is a 12. So
I
you,
believe it is a 13 though, specifically when doing
oh
listening.
yeah, 13. So you you passed. Next, I need you to do an intelligence check because they are also not speaking your dialect. So you need to make sure that you don't misunderstand something.
Make sure you don't hear it as I killed them all.
I misunderstand it probably.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
There we go.
I don't know. It's fine. Or,
It was slow, but we can hear.
So, what is your
It was a 12 against their...
intelligence is... Okay. You have did the fail.
Yes, so I can probably hear some of it, but I can't accurately figure out exactly what they're saying.
So, you catch something about demon, tribe, and fighting. Also, mention of the spell spawn that you have run across, just like a zebra version of the names of them.
We have killed the Hellspawn, the demon from the stars, probably. I gestured
They
to the
actually
Starkateri.
don't
No,
reference.
no offense.
I actually, they aren't referencing them. You do notice out of their names, they do not reference them as anything related to the stars, surprisingly.
Well, that might be a misconception on my part. They can explain it to me afterward. But I am trying to tell them that these Hellspawn, these evil creatures, we were killing them as well.
Okay, and let's see. Hold on, I'm looking at your. Go ahead. Oh, I just realized that there's not.
Oh yeah, we do have a spell spawn pelt, don't we?
That moment when you need a charisma roll, but there is no like charisma. Moon.
I think that falls under intelligence.
Diplomacy skills. Or
I don't know if I have
default
diplomacy.
two, which is usually based off of IQ.
So.
Also, I'm almost done making my gumbo.
I mean, you got like fast talk, which is basically bluff, diplomacy, which is trying to structure an argument that they like, intimidation.
So, if I were to do the, she's already getting a -4 just talking to them,
That sounds terrible.
and she needs to do convincing, which would come at a minus as well.
That sounds terrible for me.
That does sound terrible.
Because that's like a -6. Well, go ahead and roll. Let's see how you go. You need a 4 or lower.
That sounds terrifying. Damn it.
Yeah, no, that's nowhere near what you need.
And comment, they're doing this conversation in Zebra, not Ponish.
Yes, they're doing this conversation in Zebra, which means none of you could even have helped if you wanted to. You guys have no idea what is going on. But the Achu looks at you and says that he says that he will offer a trial by combat if you want to prove that you are not a. He gives a different word, one that you're not quite familiar with, but you, through context, you would have to assume that he is referring to Spellspawn.
Why can you not tell by my symbol code? I have these aura stripes. Not like those Hespon.
And he tells you it isn't the first time that they've had someone claiming to be who they weren't.
Yeah, so they mean like
I'm a very good shot. Well, how about this? If I say I am who I am, that means I am very good at hunting and I am very good at cooking, because that is the Aura way. So, can I prove myself like that?
He frowns and looks at the Starkateri, who then looks at a rock on a string that she's been swinging around this whole time.
Does she have a map in front of her?
Yes, she does.
She's probably consulting Asher or one of those other stars. It would make sense. Unfortunately, the Aura do not have any stars on her side, so I cannot call upon any of them.
And after a couple of moments, they continued whispering. He says that it is too easy for anyone to be a good shot. But he continues and says, but only zebras fight like zebras.
Very well. And I assume, the stance that I was taught when I was taught how to fight against the smaller creatures that are around my tribe. So hopefully I can bite them bigger.
You're still going with
I am a bit
that.
scared.
You're still going with yeah.
Yes, that is what I meant to say. Yes.
I just want to point out that my dice hate y'all today, because
I can imagine.
every time I have tried to roll for something, it has not gone in your favor.
That is upsetting.
So,
Also,
Our dice is also playing the same way today.
yes.
Oh no, Doc was the best tracker in the group earlier.
Yeah, the Moop has said saying something
They're
about.
they're trying to show the pelts, but I'm reminding them
I
that
don't
we
know
can't.
if that actually helps.
Yeah.
they seem mostly unconcerned.
And I'm assuming they attempted a diplomacy roll by the looks of things.
Let's see.
Yes.
With a diplomacy roll, with all of the problems you would be running into at the moment, you would still not pass.
That is very upsetting.
I mean, it's not my fault that you both have, from others except your own kind, -2, and from others whenever you try to deal with them as an adult, -2. That is like the first issue you run into with this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then you have the added bonus of already not having their trust. And
Because
then
of Nora, of course.
Moop is not a
We're starting off with a -2 for mismatched party, a -2 for diplomacy or mismatched language, -2 for being a non-zebra. And
But
I
the,
think another -2 for being a child.
So for Petrol, did you actually try to take aim?
Do not take aim, please.
That is up to
my,
Petrol.
Given my circumstances, no.
Okay. So the Achu picks up their stance, and being that hoof-to-hoof combat was not your thing, you do not quite recognize which one it is. Mostly because I am not going to bother looking up the names of the fighting styles again.
He is most likely using Fallen Kaiser. I am not the best at being able to tell when someone is using Fallen Kaiser. However, I understand that Fallen Kaiser is the most likely of the Achu. But it is not helpful for me to know that anyway.
So he goes ahead and gestures for you to strike first.
Do you have my list of fighting skills up? Because I have a couple maneuvers and I want to make sure what I have.
According to the sheet that I have, you have disarming, feint, ground fighting, whirlwind attack.
I will start with the feint. A feint is very smart to start off with, at least.
He also did drop his staff, because he was holding a staff.
Of course, why would we fight with weapons? That would make no sense for this.
Yes, I was just
We're
making
fighting
sure
top
you realized
Yes.
that.
Right, but I would like to start off with a feint.
Okay. Now, if
I am going to roll.
Moon is going to have to help me with this, but if I remember correctly, you have to roll for the feint, and then you roll for your attack. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, so both members roll against their corresponding weapon skill.
That sounds terrible.
So you would be the
Do I
boxing.
pass? I actually have no idea if I pass.
Nope. I think Moop dropped.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I am checking. I have sheets. Well, a sheet for the Chu and the Romani. So I need to find. So I would be just rolling against the karate.
Yep.
They pass. So I don't know what that means.
So if they pass, that basically means that the feint had no effect.
So
Alright, and then I roll my action attack. Right?
what's that?
Yep. You can still attack normally.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. That was even worse. Stars hit me. It is certain.
Okay. So
Welcome back.
Okay. Hold on, this is doing thing. So he goes in for like normal punch. You going to block and or dodge?
Yes, of course. I'm going to try to touch. So give me one moment. I'm putting rice in a container. Hey, what's on my screen? I actually think I passed.
Make sure. Because I am checking rules on a thing. You know, the fandom wiki makes it so much... Except for when it pops ads in my face. Let's see...
I have no idea how I'm supposed to serve this.
Okay.
Usually a plate with a side of rice and some bread.
No, that's not what I meant. So I have the actual stuff, I just don't know what happened.
And... Yes, this... Let's see... Will you stop with the damn ads?
No.
Give me that view money.
Okay. Let's see. So grapple is... I am trying to figure this out. Moon, I need a little help with figuring out grapple.
Are you looking at the combat cheat sheet?
I pulled up the fandom wiki for GURPS to try and figure it out. Where is... Can I use... Okay, so...
So, first step is to move in close combat.
So that is technically already done.
Alright. And then you roll a grapple against the torso, because then grappling is a little bit too complicated for all of you.
Yeah. So... I'm assuming grapple skill, correct?
Yep. Unless they have Judo. Judo also counts.
Okay.
I do not have judo.
The
Does...
defender can defend normally.
Okay, so block or dodge?
However, block does not... So you can only
Dodge?
only dodge or parry. You can't block.
Okay.
If the defender is successful, they are not grappled. If they fail, they are grappled, and they take
So-
a -4 to their skill checks.
So, Argo. I need you to roll a dodge.
Didn't I just roll my dodge?
Yes, but he has secret He knows how to attack twice.
Oh.
Fine.
He has a scary multi-attack.
And GURPS, it is absolutely horrifying.
Yeah.
See, is that a pass for you?
It might be.
Keep in mind, with each successful parry, take a -1 on your skill. Or each successive parry, you take a -1 on your skill.
It's not a parry, it's a dodge.
And according to this, your dodge is a 9.
If you want
Where's
to
my
take,
dodge on 9?
if you want to take a step back, you get a +1. If you're willing to throw yourself to the ground and step back, you get +3.
Because dodge is never really that much. And apparently you're carrying 20 pounds of crossbow.
Well, I'm doing the step back thing because I need as much. I would have said that anyway.
Well,
Because I need as much as I can. I wasn't aware of the options for me, I'm sorry.
at this point, you are now of the grappled.
Upsetting.
So it is now your turn.
How do I ungrapple?
I am looking. It doesn't actually tell me. This article is useful. So useful.
You do a quick contest of strength, so whoever succeeds their strength by the most
Okay.
wins it. If you have both hands free and available, or you're not pinned to the ground, you get a +5 if you're willing to forgo your next defense roll.
Mm-hmm. I was just rolling normally.
Okay.
Oh, I passed my strength by 4.
Let's see. And I will roll for. I swear my dice hate you today. You are still
I
grappled.
passed by 4. Does it beat me by over 4? That is.
He beat you by 1. You got a 3-2-1. I got a 2-2-1.
If you want to get into some simple limb grappling, then these are basically the effects for each.
I'm going to stick with torso for now. But I do believe you can do things from being grappled, correct?
Yeah, you can wail on the person because you get a -4 to attacks, then you get a -2 to who rolls. Unless they have ground fighting. Then they can roll against ground fighting
I
to
believe-
negate a penalty for 1 roll.
Yes,
I have ground
ground fighting boxing. So roll your ground fighting, and then we'll see if that negates penalty.
Ooh. I think that passes.
Yes, you can now do an attack. And Moop, if you've been trying to talk to anybody, we cannot hear you still.
I think my attack succeeds. I'm not sure though. They would actually need to defend, I believe.
For somebody that is doing the grapple, I don't know if they can they defend?
They can, at -2.
Okay.
Or, more accurately, is -2 to parry, -1 to dodge.
-2 to parry, -1 to dodge. Well, guess we're gonna try parrying.
It sounds like the poo brain is starting to just kick in on Nope.
Yep.
If you're not feeling it, Moop, you can,
Okay.
we'll just,
If you're not feeling good, just
yeah, you don't have to stick around. We'll just keep going, and you'll be our weekly poo brain. Okay, back to
Yep.
what I was looking at.
By the way, I'm eating some gumbo that is really, really good.
I really like that, the only parry he has is ridiculous. But yes, he has done a parry at a -2. How did he end up with a 15 for parry?
magic.
I mean, parry is at weapon skill -3. And then they have enhanced defense. That's going to raise it. And certain combat styles raise it as well.
Ground guard, and I also have karate. That's the only things I could think of. Let's see. It is now the Achu's turn. Achu does knee strike. And
I'm going to try to dodge.
hold on.
Knee strike gives you kick damage without having to be in close in close range.
Where did my... I just had the thing open for it. There was... No chance of falling. Defense penalties for foes grappled by the near. -2, presumably in addition to -4 dex suffered by people grappled in general. So, at a -6, according to this.
Wait, I am rolling at the -6.
Not yet clarified where there's meant to be a -2 to parry, /-2 to block, /-1 to dodge.
If it says -2 to defend, anytime it talks about a penalty to defend in general, it's referring to any defensive roll.
Okay. And then you'll still be at the -4 for being grappled.
I do not succeed.
Okay. I'm trying to find out... Here we go. This is what I was looking for. So...
By the way, I hope you're keeping track of my health, because I am unable to at the moment.
I was not keeping track of your health, actually, because that is not
Yes,
my
remember,
job.
I am not at my sheet.
And I am also running the other character that you are fighting.
Yep.
See. +1. It's delivered. Okay. +4 so you take 8 points of damage from hoof to the gut. Or not hoof, knee to gut. Why does it say anything about feet? Why is
I
this?
think I might need to roll a health check at this point.
Yeah, because you took that rock to the face earlier.
I took
No, I
that rock
didn't.
to the face.
That was someone else.
No, that was yeah. You should be at. Let's see. Hold on, let me look at your sheet. Yeah, you have 10 HP. You just took 8.
Oh, okay, so that health check did not matter then.
So you have eaten a knee to the gut. And it is... Let's see. I do the thing again. Go ahead and do your defense. Same penalty, because, you know, you're still grappled.
Oh, wait, I actually might pass this one.
With a -6?
Did I pass? Never mind. I'm rolling extraordinarily well, and I cannot get out of the grapple. This is so stupid.
Okay, and... Take another 6.
Alright, now I need to do a health check. I don't think I passed.
Okay. You are unconscious.
Upsetting.
So,
So do I just mute now? Probably.
no, you're fine. The Achu looks at the little unconscious Zeeb and turns to the others, and you guys just hear him shouting at Zebra. But they seem to visibly relax as he turns back and asks, "Who is your leader?"
I don't think that was ever decided.
I'm going to go stand behind someone at random.
Well, I guess I'll step forward then.
Me, I don't think that was ever decided. I stand behind someone. I step forward.
So he looks to you,
Obviously, it
Doc,
wasn't him.
and nods his head and says, "We apologize for the," and looks at the unconscious Zeeb for a moment, as if like pondering what he should say, and says, "Inconvenience."
So, you broke it, so you're gonna fix it, right?
He nods and says, "You can come with us to our camp." And
Now, could I ask why the hostility?
he looks back as he's turning to go and says, "There are many who would pretend to be who they are not."
I look over at our buggo for a half second.
I flinch.
I guess I should admit this to all of you now. So that way, this doesn't become a problem later. I don't have an actual medical degree. Primarily because there's no institutions of medicine, but still.
What are you?
Well,
I'm not
yeah.
a doctor.
No, we couldn't have figured that out at all.
Right?
So, as you guys continue, if you hadn't been following the zebras, you never would have been able to find what turns out to be a small village. Very small village. We're talking like 6, 7 houses at most. But most of them are either built into the tree or hidden between them.
So this way does not bring the god engines around.
You also notice that there seems to be a variety of different looking zebras. You don't really know what significance that is, but you see everything to the swirly stripy patterns to weird star face patterns and really shaggy looking zebras. Some of them look emaciated, some of them look well fed. You can't tell if
We see a whole bunch of zebras that look different.
yeah. The Achu that was fighting your Zeeb gestures for you guys to follow him into a slightly larger tree hut.
Mm-hmm.
And inside you see a zebra, which you guys aren't terribly familiar with anything other than like regular adult and child zebras, but this is obviously an old zebra, like really old. And she starts scolding him, and as soon as she sees Nasa, and
I'm assuming she's scolding in zebra.
yes, you just know it. Moon will be familiar with the babushka scolding.
Yes, the scolding that transcends all languages.
Yes. So he's getting an earful while putting Nasa on a table, and she doesn't stop to take a breath as she dumps something into Nasa's mouth. You are now awake and at 1 hit point for Argo.
Yes, I'm just recuperating. That was very painful.
So,
Can I see what type of stripes is the leader?
you actually recognize her as an Ora.
Oh, I speak to her. What is your name?
She looks down at you and just says, "Just call me Ma."
Ma. All right. Thank you, Ma. I have my I give you my gratitude.
She
By any
nods
chance?
before berating the Chew that had carried you in again.
Ah,
It's a hell
Yes,
of a
strong.
tirade too. You're learning new words today.
Yeah. And we are just going, what does she even say?
you don't.
I can tell that she's mad at the zebra. I just can't tell what she's saying at the zebra.
Have you guys ever heard a
No.
Mexican grandmother get the sandal out?
Oh, yes.
That is
That's right.
exactly what is going on right now.
It is that
As
legendary
I said
level.
before,
Yes.
I know they're mad. I just don't know what they're saying.
This is what I imagine she's speaking.
For
Oh, but-
Nasa, that's basically what she's hearing.
Yeah.
I try to address the very angry Ora. Ma, could you please tell me, by any chance, is there a filly here by the name of Kalalu?
She looks at you blankly and shakes her head. It's like, I do not recognize that name. I don't know why I gave her an Irish accent.
That is just the
That
accent
was-
she has now.
Yep, we're going with it. We're totally pretend that was definitely the accent I was meaning to go for.
Yeah, that was most definitely.
Wait, you're saying that it could have been a different accent?
Shush. So she shakes her head as she says she doesn't recognize the name.
That is said, I am looking for my little sister. And I was hoping that since an Ora is here, maybe there was some others that might know where my sister had went.
She tells you that. Oh, excuse me. Though they see there are the few zebras left on the equestrian continent, there's not many Ora, and she doesn't know one by that name.
That is said, I will still be looking for her.
She then shoos off the Chew, telling him to go get dinner.
By any chance, is there anyone here that I can learn from that is a very good cook? Because I wish to improve my cooking skills.
She looks at you and grins. And it's one of those grins where you know those old people when they smile and their face just kind of disappears?
Oh, God.
I'm getting back. That means I'm going to get something good.
So she takes you out with her to a cooking pot. And you can go ahead and add 2 points to your cooking. So, what does everybody else do? You have kind of been abandoned for the cooking lesson.
Uh,
I'm gonna poke around her medicine hut.
I kind of want to go see if there's any fillies. Just to,
I think I actually pester one of the ones that had that interesting enchanted cloak.
So you're looking for the Tapahani?
Yeah.
I think it was Tapahani. Did I say Tapahani or Zinkuri?
It depends. Who are you? What type of character
cloak?
is it again?
The cloaked one?
Cloak? The cloak is the Stakatari.
No, the Starkateri was on the left.
No, the Stakatari was cloaked.
The one
No,
with the
this-
cloak was on the right. And
Yeah,
male.
the one who the Stark carry was the
Were they
female.
shaggy?
No, that's not. It's not the
No.
shaggy ones.
I want to say it was the Zinkuri for whatever reason.
I think
It
it
might
was the
have been
Zinkuri.
I
Semantics.
thought the Zinkuri was a boy.
Yes, there were 3
Yeah.
males and a female.
Yes.
The cloaked one was male.
Yes.
I have no idea.
So you're looking for Moon. Are you looking for anything in particular? She has all kinds of herbal medicines.
Oh, the
No, I'm just
Zinkuri
trying to
have
get a feel for like how they do their medicine.
You see a variety of herbal medicines. Go ahead and roll your medicine skill and area knowledge.
Which medicine skill you want? Pharmaceutical, herbal?
Yes.
Also, I'm going to make the comment that I'm still walking around with a visible limp.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I need to find some place where I can actually heal up a bit.
Hey, I made it.
Okay. And also roll your area knowledge. At a -1.
Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I got that one too.
Okay. So, you as you were looking around, you do recognize quite a few different types of potent herbal medicines. Some of them mixed, some of them are just specific types of herbs. You also notice a few fetishes, though. Like the mostly magical kind. So it looks like they use a combination of fetishes and actual herbal medicine. You do find a book that has like sketches of
Zebra anatomy.
yeah. Which, according to the book, it is basically the same as pony anatomy. So, what do? Or is that all you were looking for?
That's all I was looking for. The fact that they use herbs, like actual proper medicinal herbs in the first place, tells me that they already have more common sense than the Arcanists.
Mm-hmm. So, for my magic user who is going looking for the Zenkuri with the cloak, you end up finding him in line for food, which is currently being served by Ma and Nasa.
I do look over the food first before taking a serving of myself, if possible.
It seems to be a thick stew that you're not familiar with.
I take a serving and just hope that there's no meat in it. And I try to pick up a conversation with the cloaked. It's rare to see enchanted equipment.
He gives you a look and says, "Not among the zebra.
Mm.
Unlike you, we cannot do magic in the same
That
way."
is understandable. It's just it takes a lot of energy to create magical equipment, so I was surprised to see it.
It takes ponies a lot of energy to make magical equipment. He's grumpily eating his food now.
I do taste the food as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a health check.
That's what I was assuming. Oh, I fail.
So, you find out the hard way that they made sausage and put it in the food.
Mm,
So,
I look instantly sick.
let's see. How bad of a fail is that?
I failed by 3.
Hey, Moon. Is
What?
that enough for them to have somebody else wear their dinner?
That's up to you.
I think that's enough for somebody else to be wearing your dinner now.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Oh god, that's rude.
So, nice projectile vomiting.
The question is, who does it land on?
And do I say it because I will insult you?
Roll perception. Nasa, roll perception.
oh.
Yeah. I gave her a -4, and Ma saw all of that. And apparently so did Nasa.
Oh my.
The chocolate is coming.
Vegetarian. Is that the right
And the
one?
fact that
Yeah,
I was talking in the direction of the cloaked one when I took a bite.
Yeah, he is now wearing all of what you just ate, and
Can't cloak down her, can you?
I should have asked if there was meat in this situation.
do not underestimate the aim of the grandmother. You take 6 points of
Very angry.
wooden spoon to the back of the head
Oh,
from across the
So
from
fierce.
across the eating area too.
Time for me
so
to make
vegetarian.
another health check and see if I get knocked out.
I explained to Ma that
Oh,
Billy is vegetarian.
I do not get knocked out by spoon. Surprisingly.
Yes, but you did insult her cooking.
Yes, and I was insulted as well.
I didn't mean
Even if
to
I know the
insult
reason,
her.
I'm still insulted. I informed her the reason why. However, I still show my disgust in the fact that you vomited.
Her answer is basically that Paige asked for it.
Understandable.
If you can't stomach the food, don't eat it.
She cannot. If she cannot eat the meat, she should have not eaten it at all.
You were also told to bring back the spoon with a stream of expletives.
I go retrieve the spoon.
Not you, Nasa.
Okay.
I bring the spoon over and apologize for.
She reiterates, if you can't eat you can't stomach the food, don't eat it. And goes back to furiously stirring.
I should have asked if there was meat in this food. I then sulk off and try to hide.
So, anybody gonna do anything else? Any information gathering? Gonna ask if you can stay? You know,
We might
Usual
want to
things.
stay for a bit.
Gibby wants to go in the hole.
Also, Doc,
1 second, Gibby.
roll your area knowledge.
And to be entirely honest, Gibby, you're a little quiet.
Wait, Camo was speaking?
Cameo
Yes.
was attempting
Yeah.
to find hole to hide in.
Oh, you could just hide in one of the houses. They're basically holes. You know, tree holes.
I have succeeded by 5.
So you do actually recognize from stories you've heard who these zebras are.
Oh,
If you look in the hold on, let me find the article so I can give you the exact name.
I am very interested.
Okay, it is not in the articles. I forgot I did not copy that over. Let's see.
is it still in Legends?
No, it's not in Legends. It's in the other one. They would count under bandits, by the way. If I remember correctly, is that's where I put them. No, they're in other notable groups. They are called the Fallen.
Oh yeah. So these are the weirdos who sit there and think they ended the world.
Are you saying this out loud within earshot of anyone?
Yeah, probably. Doc don't really give a shit.
Please don't get us kicked out.
Go ahead and roll a d100.
Oh. Oh, the tie roll.
Okay. So you are actually within ear of both the Achu and the Romani that were part of the group that brought you here. And the Romani is not very happy about your assertion that they are weirdos.
What a shocker. Who could have guessed that?
Well, if
Right.
it makes you feel any better, I use weirdo as quite as an endearing term. I mean, if you look at me and my traveling companions, we're also quite weirdos. We're also quite a mixed match group.
It's
Yeah.
hold on, I'm looking at a thing.
The vegetarian unicorn.
You know, we have a vegetarian unicorn who's a pain to get food for.
Does
We have someone who's constantly trying to fly away.
see does Doc have
We
any
have-
diplomacy skills?
Doc don't have diplomacy, only medicine and knives.
Let's see.
The duck likes to stab.
Doc usually talks his way into things by promising medicinal treatment.
Int -2. Roll int -2 for your trying to
Your-
convince them that it was an endearing term. Fail by 1?
Failed by 3.
Wait, you only have an int of 10?
No,
Right.
he does not. According to the sheet that I have, he has a 12.
Or 2. I do quick maths, not good maths. Offer them a pain pill.
The Romani has had his honor challenged. As he gets all up in your face. What does the doc do?
I'm just gonna stare indifferently with my mask.
I think the doc is going to do the die.
Or get the shit kicked, though.
I mean, they can try to attack me if they want. However, I am quite skilled with the knife.
He tells you to go ahead and try and say it again. I will note that the Achu is looking just as incensed as he is. And even to your untrained eyes, the Achu has skill. So, what does the doc do?
Look, I can understand if you took some offense to it, primarily because there's obviously a little bit of a language barrier between us. I meant no hard feelings about it.
So, let's see. You are lucky today. Apparently, the dice do not hate you, but he seems to be okay with this answer, and tells you to watch what you say next time.
Hey, to make it up to you, and I'm going to pull out one of my fruit bars and offer to him.
He takes it with a nod and walks back over to the Achu.
Huh. I almost died today.
Okay,
Yeah.
comment.
I wasn't expecting Doc to almost die to an offhanded insult.
It would be funny though.
I think at this point I am looking to meet back up with party members.
So, anybody going to do anything else?
I'm looking to get healed up after my previous injuries.
Oh yeah, the hoof to the spine.
Mhm.
Yeah. I guess I could take
Hey,
care of
Mr.
you.
I'm going to check with them to see what kind of local wildlife there is, so I know what kind of good hunting there might be. Plus, maybe identify some edible fruits and berries, so maybe we can get something for the vegetarian as well.
So, they tell you
Basically,
that
helping up my my location knowledge.
also, for you, Nasa, you can add 1 point to your survival. You haven't been. You won't be able to have enough time to actually train up to get the actual survival skill for the area, but I feel like you should rephrase that, Moop. Moop said, will they have to roll if they have to look at me?
I knew Moop was hard to look at.
There we go. And I'm going to say, unless you like physically buried yourself, you shouldn't be that difficult to find. They don't exactly have many big holes in their camp that aren't full of fire. Or unless you like left the camp to go somewhere, because otherwise that's a whole nother can of worms you may not want to open yet. Okay.
Wow, your first aid skills actually an 18.
I like that you've like figured out how to work the thing, Moon.
Oh,
Right.
I also would like to point out before we go any further, you need to try and not piss anybody else off, because I don't know how many of you guys can actually like take the damage for that.
Yeah,
I don't think any of us can.
uh,
Really.
I'm currently at check number 2 on my health checks.
I think you have to say 1d6 minus 7.
and tell me how to live my life. Wait. I did that wrong.
Are you trying to say plus 7?
Aha!
There you
Also,
go.
I feel like I could do
first one would have
pretty
been 13.
decently in a fight, given my fast draw knife is 13 and my knife is 14.
So,
Can I say at this point I have come across the dock with a giant welt forming in the back of my head?
I never got hit again.
Right?
I'm like still bandaged up, limping, and there's just a giant welt in the back of my head.
How is it that every time I turn around, somebody gets hurt?
I tried to eat food.
You got hurt trying to eat food. How?
Am I within earshot? Am I in
I'm going to
earshot
say
so
no.
I can-
You're still learning from Ma.
Okay.
It turns out the food had meat in it. So let's just leave it at that.
So what? You banged your head into the bowl?
Yes. That's exactly what
The back of her head,
Yeah,
no
the
less.
back of my head is welted. Apparently, throwing up is an insult.
Usually after you eat someone's cooking, yeah.
Yeah.
So
No other. There's no open wound. You just drink some water.
I think this is Doc's
Put
way of
some,
saying you deserved
Put
that
some wet
one.
leaves on it, and you'll be fine.
So, is Doc going to spread the information among the party? And I'll say that Nasa has rejoined the main portion of the group. Is Doc going to disseminate the information of who these zebras are?
Yes, but discreetly. I don't feel like stabbing someone today.
Is you whisper it to our party?
You have no active listeners, so you are able to disseminate without getting ganked by a Nachu or a Romani. Or a Starkateri.
Well, the thing is, it's also, or I could probably also just phrase it in like a really weird backwards way. So that way they have a hard time understanding it. Because I assume they don't really come across outsiders too often.
I mean, you see what they live in between?
Yeah.
And comment. It doesn't stop us from reiterating it in a more straightforward way.
Yeah, but if you say it, that's your problem.
All right.
But you guys are
Very
provided a place to stay for the night, because Ma has taken a liking to Nasa.
Moon, if you check
Yes.
your head, that's what I can imagine was going through Doc's head. Just
I will
slammed in.
watch it later. But
I am happy.
you guys have now been told that the tribe that you guys are with is known as the Fallen, and they blame themselves for the state of the world right now.
So there's zebras who think that they caused the end of the world.
Hey,
Or end of the old world.
Hi.
listen, if you know anything about the Starkateri, this is entirely possible.
I know
It
nothing about
immediately
the customs.
jumps to racist assumptions.
Hey, this
Right.
is not my fault that the Starkateri were originally known as these great, this is like almost beings. And then they started getting into some trouble with the stars, and then they ended up getting this entire town destroyed by the curse of the stars, and their entire bloodline was cursed for a very long time. No idea if they're still cursed. But I do know that it is understandable for us to think that the Starkateri may have done this again.
I don't know there was a first time.
Didn't know there was a first time, and you're saying the Starkateri are magic users?
The Starkateri talk to the stars. So of course they're magic.
Oh, I guess it makes sense why they're called Starkateri then.
Yes.
I like how it took her a moment to like process what you just said. That wait a minute, he's right.
Oh, wait a second.
They're called Stark Terry because they talk to the stars.
So
That is one way of putting it, but yes.
You mean
Wait.
there's another way to put it?
I'm interested as to how there's some Ra in this village. We're normally very exclusive.
the shaggy ones are also seen in much the same light.
Yes, but I don't care about the shaggy ones.
Yes, but it kind of
I'm
drives
sorry.
home the point that they aren't really judging by stripes for once.
Yeah, which is kind of weird. Especially since, like, this main figure is an aura. That is wild to me.
So, what do?
I'm gonna offer Ma to help her out with anything medical.
Okay.
I'm going to help around.
I attempt
some
to
knowledge,
not piss
maybe?
off any more zebras.
That's a good plan.
I am going to do the search and see if there's any, anyone I could probably take a sample from with ease.
Okay,
I will
we
spend
will come.
time.
We will come back
practicing
to
method.
you, Ellis.
Okay.
First, we're going to do Moon. Moon, as you come up, Ma is back in her hut, doing things with herbs. What say you?
I'm gonna ask her if she can teach me anything about the herbs she uses. And my reasoning being that she's obviously a lot more experienced at this than I am.
So, she gives you a look for a moment, and then asks you a question about medicine. Go ahead and roll a medicine check. I am not going to specify the question because I don't have offhand herbal
Medical
medicine knowledge to quiz you on, so.
Oh, 111.
Okay, so you passed. You answer her question in a way that seems to satisfy her as she gestures you in, starts pointing out herbs and telling you several of which you don't recognize. You get a +2 to your, or 2 points to your pharmaceutical
Herbal knowledge?
Yeah, herbal knowledge. Yes.
That has brought me up.
Now, who is the next one? Not Ellis. Ellis is last.
Yeah, I know.
I spend the time in the room hiding, just practicing Earth's magic.
Okay. And anybody else doing anything before I go to Ellis?
I was planning on helping them hunt if there's a hunting party out, so that maybe if there was some more food that was needed.
As it is getting
What?
late, most of their hunting parties are just coming in.
Then it. That makes sense. If there's any other help that is needed,
Yes,
around
you did
the
find a
village, I will very much help.
good spot. Cameo.
What I do is shape Earth. That is the spell I'm practicing this night.
Okay. It is going to take a lot of practice for you to get better at it by yourself. So
Yeah.
you said you were in the camp, I believe. I don't remember. We'll go with in the camp because it complicates things less. So, for Ellis,
Yeah.
What zebra are you going to? Actually, no. Let's see. Hold on.
I'm just
Roll
gonna
a
pick a
d12.
random one that's easy for me.
Roll a d12.
Okay. Yeah. I was about to use a different command. A 2.
See, and let me look at my. We're gonna do this. See. And yes. So, are you going to do the stealth to try and do this?
Well, I think I should go and be friendly. So, is it anybody that we raided to the first time?
So, no, it isn't one that you ran into the first time, but it does have similar stripe patterns to one of the ones that you ran into the first time. Because you know too much, I'm not telling you which one.
I don't care who it is. I just need the other disguise.
Oh my god.
So,
Your charm is out of it.
I pluck a strand of fur out of their back.
what's it?
So,
So, I'm gonna go up there and be friendly. Say, hi.
so the zebra looks over at you and asks, "What do you want?"
I would like to learn more about your kind.
And this one is a leaner male zebra, and he looks at you incredulously and says, "Nobody wants to know more of my kind."
Oh, why is that?
He grunts and turns away from you. He seems very unfriendly.
Well, I can tell you a little bit about what I am, if that'll make up for a difference.
He arcs an eyebrow and asks, "And what exactly are you?"
I'm a changeling.
He damn near falls because he was sitting on a bench. He damn near falls backwards out of his bench laughing at you. It's like, "You are not
Oh?
changeling."
Oh? What do you mean?
"You are not." And he kind of waves his hoof around and says, "Bug enough."
Bug enough? I kind of like give a questioning look to him, and I'm pretty sure I look like a changeling. To
Yes, you do
everybody else.
currently look like a changeling.
Well, I can show you. I just need a sample.
No, you're in your current unreformed changeling.
Well, I know. I was telling him.
It's like,
I
I can
just-
show you I can transform like a changeling.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So
And just
he raises an eyebrow and asks, "So you are not?" Give me just a sec, so that I can find the word that is on the tip of my tongue that I used. Continuity.
God.
Sometimes it's a pain.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. Is it? Did I not put it in that one? I know I put it somewhere. Sorry about this. Apparently I
You're
didn't.
okay. Oh,
Oh, no, there we are. So he looks at you and asks, so you are not weave warped?
I just give him a confused look. What now?
Weave warped.
What is that?
It is what you ponies call those touched by the... And he kind of gestures around and seems kind of at a loss for words.
Well, I don't know what this weave warped is, but I can most assuredly say that I am a changeling. All I need is like a little sample, like your hair or part of your coat, just something small, and I
He
can
seem-
change it to.
He seems to be ignoring what you're saying as he looks in closer and asks, where are your mandibles?
My mandibles?
Why do you not have claws? At this, he's like lifting up your hoof.
Well, if it makes it any easier, I'm not from this timeline. If that's anything.
He looks you in the face and asks, what?
I am from the. I'm from
Comment.
Equestria before all this.
He sits back and looks at you and says, so changelings were not always... And kind of waves at like a general direction. You can tell he's not terribly good with the language and is struggling to find words to describe what he is trying to say.
I just am patient with them and wait for an answer. Because I don't understand what he's trying to say either.
But from the general gist of what he's trying to tell you, you do get the impression that changelings aren't what you remember. Or at least not
So
what
that's
he's familiar with as changelings.
Okay.
Changelings are different.
And clearly, a whole lot more than what's happened.
Clearly sound terrifying.
Yes, more terrifying, and the fact that probably would be an enemy to them.
He
But
Go
on.
sits there rubbing his chin, and then he scowls as he looks at you, and he tells you, if you try to make off with our people, I will kill you myself.
I just waved my hooves in front of me. No. I'm not like that. I travel with the other group, so the only thing that I would do is, well, get a little love from them instead.
He gives you a distrustful look and tells you you should stay with them.
That's fine. I'm just wondering if I can like show you that I am a changeling.
And how would you do that?
Well, I just need a sample, like I said.
He grunts and says, you will have nothing from me.
Okay, I guess I'll use one of my disguises. And I change it to this,
He looks at you incredulously before shouting something over his shoulder in the same language that you had heard the other one. And a moment later, that one actually shows up, and she looks at you and says something to both of you in Zebra.
I give a very confused and not understanding look. And then drop my disguise.
She raises an eyebrow and starts talking to him, and after a couple minutes, she pulls out the map and crystal on the string that she had earlier, and chants a few words over it before saying something to him. And he looks at you and says, "You are better off staying with your group." And
I give a disgruntled sigh. Fine. I was just hoping to get in their disguise.
the female looks at you and says, "I would be careful who you tell you are a changeling."
It's not like I go around showing off different faces. I usually stick to this.
Still, there are those who will not trust you.
I kinda know that. But, you mentioned about these other changelings, the ones with the mandibles? Where are those?
She looks at him before gesturing up in the northerly direction and says, "They live in the far north, just shy of the crystal wastes."
I make a mental note. Don't go that way. Or at least not for a while. Well, thank you. I will definitely try to avoid seeing any of my evolved kind.
Okay.
And I make my kind of sad walk back to the group.
So, for the group, you guys are back. It's the end of the day. Most of the tribe seems to be going to sleep. What do?
I will probably see if anyone needs me to keep watch because I'm used to taking first watch at this point.
They
I'll also take first watch, and spend the time just transcribing all the information Ma gave me into my notebook.
Ma sees Nasa trying to take watch, and you nearly get the sandal as she shoos you back off to bed.
Okay. I listen to Ma and I go to bed.
You got your ass beat. You're gonna get a full night's rest. Doc, on the other hand, you are able to procure yourself a first watch, along with several other zebras. You are posted at regular intervals along the outskirts of the village. Roll perception.
Ah, yes, the perceptions.
So you have perceived the thing.
Yes.
So throughout your watch, for the most part, you see just the same flickering blue glow from the pits, as well as the occasional crow. It isn't till as you are switching off watch that you see something large moving off in the distance, but it doesn't seem to phase the zebra that is switching with you.
That must be normal.
It is now morning time. What do?
Not die.
Well, try not to puke somebody's handmade meal up. Then
I will refrain from eating the food unless it has. I know for a fact it does not have meat.
So you
I will try
guys,
to help make food, if possible.
okay? You guys, as you get to breakfast, there is a meal set aside for you, Paige. She may be cranky, but she isn't cruel.
I consume the meal that was set aside specifically for me. And I keep my head down during the process. Trying not to call the ire of anyone who was in the room last time.
Again.
Right.
So, what do?
I mean, I am probably helping out making the food if possible.
Well, yes, you are helping doing the food. I have given you the points for doing the helping of the food. You are not going to continue to basically farm points off of. Nice try, but no.
I understand, but I still, in character, I would very much like to do this food.
Yes. You are helping with the doing of the food. So, anybody else, what do?
I mean, I'm not actively being shot at for once. So, until the party's ready to go, I'm just going to relax.
Okay.
I am too. And Buell said.
Hopefully am not going to die.
Okay, so do you guys want to put a pin in it?
It seems
Sure.
like a good pinpoint.
Okay. Then I am going to go ahead and stop the stream. For anybody that may or may not still be watching, we will be picking this up again next week, and tomorrow is the campaign for the Peacemakers of Equestria. And that'll be, actually, it should be the debut of our opening theme, too, so
Nice.
Yeah.
we're looking forward to having you.
Looking forward to seeing you there, guys.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn on the bell, and drink water. Everybody have a good evening.
Good night.
Good evening.